Welcome to Tungsten Tales, ladies and gentlemen, at the MK Arena here in Milton Keynes. And happily say we're joined by Ed Nicholson from Unibet. Ed, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure, absolute pleasure.
Yeah, hey, great tournament to be involved in.
It's a fantastic tournament. Second time we've done it. Obviously, the first Masters we took part in was in November, and it's come along so quickly. Now it's been put back into the calendar at this time of year. So we're totally darts mad at Unibet at the moment, and we've got a team of about 15 people here just to enjoy it.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, they're piling in, the atmosphere. Saturday afternoon couldn't be better. I'm just having a quick look at the odds. In the past, there's been a clear favourite with Taylor, then Van Gogh coming along, but now we've got Gary Anderson, we've got Michael 11-4, Phil at 3-1, and 130 for Gary. There's not much between those guys.
Well, it's 1-3 that one of the top three win it, really? 75% of the book, but we're quite happy to be best price. We are industry best price on those three, and Lewis at 15-2, and the reason being, all these darts players haven't picked up a dart in anger since Christmas. So if they're going to get beaten, the top boys, the real top boys, this is where it's going to take place. And the Masters is the best 16 players, so all the players they're playing are not, they're not just throwers at weekends. These are top quality darts players. So we've taken a real stance with a top price in the industry, the top four today.
Yeah, it's ace. Yeah, the 15-2, Adrian Lewis. I mean, we're looking at it down 12-1 Wadey, 22 Peter Wright. I mean, going down and say we've got Dave Chisnell, he's dangerous, 28-1, but say 3-1 on for one of the top three. The money's still with those guys.
The money's always on the top three. At the last Masters, all the favourites won during the days and the afternoons. When it came to the semi-finals, we got lucky and the favourites lost, and we won a bit of money. But up to then, we were taking a real hammering. Every favourite won. Today, they're just about to start, and the first session, it's 9-2 that every favourite wins the first session. Tonight, it's as short as evens, that all the big names, Van Gogh, Power, Anderson, if they all win, that's even money, and we will take a hell of a hit. The one thing to note, there is one darts player that's been backed at very big odds. That's Jenkins.
Really?
He's taking on the Power, but there's a bit of a theory here that the Power's not at his best at the moment because of obviously reasons. But we've seen a bit of money for Jenkins, and he's been 33-1, cut into 28-1. He's 4-1 to beat the man himself. And that's been taken as well.
That does seem a big process. Hey, Terry Jenkins, I mean, he done the business down at Butlins for a couple of times against Michael in the UK Open and the Players' Championship. He wins, he beats big players. Never quite wins the tournament, but he beats big players.
Yeah, and the way the format is, this tournament, it lends itself to shocks. And these players are the best in the world. It's not that they're not particularly good. And the short form sets, there are going to be a few shocks over the years, and we think this could be the biggest one. Our odds suggested it wouldn't happen, but our customers saying that they think that Jenkins will beat Powell.
Yeah, and when you look at the finalists from obviously from a couple of months ago, I mean, James Wade 12-1, and we looked down, and of course he played Mervyn King, who's 50-1 Mervyn King. It's massive.
And if you think about it, I mean, obviously we sponsored that event. It was one of the greatest, not just darts moments, sports moments in history when he came back. We actually stopped taking bets on that game. If anybody wanted to, they could have bet 1-50 that King was going to win. We didn't take any bets on Wade because we thought it was impossible. And then he won. And now to think that they're those sort of prices in the match itself, just one of those things, isn't it? The first match on show here is that final. We're going 4-9 that Wade wins it and 13-8 that King wins it. But if you took it with a few legs to go, and you'd have bitten off these prices, you really would. So you're quite right, those prices are big, and there's been a few people that have backed King at 50s. But the psychology of darts interests me. What's the psychology going to be on that booth? I was there after, and I promise you, I was looking at the way King reacted, because he came off, no one could see it, and he was sweating a lot, to be fair, but also he kind of was really down. And I think when it comes to it, I think the fact that he lost such a big lead will grate on his mind.
That hurt, really did hurt him. And of course, great for Wade, of course, now back in the Premier League. 150-1 Wes Newton. Any money for Wes?
Nothing whatsoever, I'm afraid. He's been he's the only person that we've not seen money for.
Might as well be 1,000.
He'll probably go and win it now, but but no one's backed him, unfortunately.
No. So as far as Unibet goes, it's not just about darts. I mean, you're involved in lots of things.
Well, we're a massive company. We're worth about £850 million on a stock exchange in the Swedish Stock Exchange. We're one of the biggest companies in Europe and Scandinavia, and we've been around since 1997. We have millions of customers, 7.5 million customers, but we haven't ever promoted ourselves in the UK until 14 months ago when we started to promote ourselves in the UK. So people may have not heard of us, but we're massive in Europe and Scandinavia. Now we're starting to market. So we've got a new site at unibet.co.uk. We're the official partner at the All-Weather Championships on racing. We're the official UFC partner in Europe. And we also have betting venues at all, well, 1 in 4 of the Premier League and Championship teams. So we are going places where we're a big company, and we've been around since 1997. Now we've come into the UK, and some of you might have seen our adverts on Sky.
Yes.
We've got a couple of ambassadors like Graham Swan, we had Ian Botham before that, and Gavin Hastings. And who knows, there might be a few darts players that become our ambassadors in years to come as well.
Oh, look forward to that, Ed. Well, thank you so much for your time. If you don't mind, perhaps keeping us up to date as we go, a bit more of your time over the rest of the day, and of course tomorrow, to see how it's progressing.
Absolute pleasure. I'll tell you about the bets. By the way, 9 darter.
Yeah.
It's the shortest person to get a 9 darter is Adrian Lewis at 10 to 1. So we'll have an update on that later on, but it's quite likely it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's about 1 to 2 that's going to happen over the whole of the 2 days. But if you want to back individuals, Lewis is the shortest at 10 to 1.
It 10 to 1. 10 to 1 because he's done it in a World Championship. Well, great. That's fantastic, Ed. Look forward to speaking to you again later in the tournament. My name is Paul Starr. That's Ed, of course, from Unibet, and that's Tonks and Tails, keeping you at the sharp end of world darts and betting. Thanks for joining us.